You sent for me, sir?
Yes, Miss Ferguson. We have a staff problem. Would you be prepared to accept the position of acting governor?
Well, if you believe it's within my capabilities, Minister, I can hardly refuse.
Maybe you wouldn't have wound up in prison if you'd stayed with the family.
No, I'd ended up like you, would I? Judy!
Oh, God, Mrs. Morris! Mrs. Morris! I told her I wouldn't. I told her. She was forcing me to have sex with her.
Maria, call an ambulance. And the police!
Just keep her away from me, Mrs. Morris, please. She would have killed me with those scissors.
Oh, for God's sake, I took those scissors. But Mrs. Morris...
Oh. Please lock the door. Please. Just don't let her put her filthy hands on me,
Come on,
please.
calm down, Johns. No one's going to hurt you.
Oh, please lock me in. Please. I'll only feel safe then.
Very well.
Mrs. Morris, you don't believe that garbage, do you? I'd never put the hard word in a kid like that.
Come on, I know you wouldn't. All the same, she was pretty convincing. Except that she knew these were scissors.
Of course she knew they were bloody scissors. I took them off her.
Exactly. Now, she can't see. The only way she would have known that is if she'd handled them. Now, what's going on?
Well, I don't want to get anyone into trouble, but that kid is heading for a disaster. She's got it in for someone. It's not me.
Who then?
You know I can't tell you that.
All right. I'll talk to her when I've got a minute and try and find out something.
Thanks, Mrs. Morris. I'm glad it was you and not Miss Ferguson.
Yes, me too.
Right. You'll let me know then.
Okay.
Cass, do they cross-match on the blood?
Yes, A positive. They're sending 6 units down to theatre. How bad is it?
I won't know till we go in. The bullet seems to be close to the spinal column. Have we got permission to open him up?
His mother's phone isn't answering. We're checking all the numbers in his wallet.
We haven't got a lot of time.
What are his chances, do you think?
Not good. We've certainly got a job on our hands.
I won't be sorry to get out of here today.
Nor me. Poor old Pixie certainly didn't deserve solitary over a few crumpled fags and some after-dinner mints.
Well, from what Joanna said, Joan would have cheerfully added 10 years to her sentence.
Yes, apparently she was furious.
Tell me, does Joan often go over the top like this?
This was one of her good days.
You're kidding.
I wish we were. I'll get it. Wentworth Detention Centre.
Comes as a bit of a shock, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. Mind you, I have worked with some pretty tough cookies on the force.
Bet they were pussycats.
Yes, she's at St Matthew's
Stop
Hospital.
it, you're depressing me.
Don't worry, you'll get used to it.
I don't know, it seems a bit weird to me.
Thank you. I can't believe it.
What's wrong, Meg?
Paul Reynolds, Anne Reynolds' son's just been involved in an accident. He's on the critical list.
Oh, what?
I only saw him a couple of hours ago. They want Anne's permission to operate.
Oh, no. You said she seemed to be getting better. Now this has to happen.
I'd better go and see her.
Well, hang on, I'll drive you there.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, poor little Pix. Not fair. She never done nothing to nobody. Now she's gone and lost her new job.
Oh, come on. The girl's got a brain the size of a pea. She was bound to foul up sooner or later.
Have you ever thought of lacing up your mouth and renting out your head as a football? Oh, Jude, this time we've really got to get rid of the freak.
I know that. Somehow we have to let the minister and the department know what she's up to in this place. But I don't see how we're going to do that. Unless...
Come on, Judy. I can almost see the little light bulb go on over your head.
You've thought of something, haven't you?
Yeah. I think I might just have the answer.
I think I saw you here earlier today, didn't I, Mrs. Morris?
Yes, Mrs. Reynolds and I work together. Oh, we're close friends.
I'm sure she'll be happy to see you.
Girl, wait a minute.
Here we are. Mrs. Reynolds, Mrs. Morris is here to see you.
Oh, Meg, thank God. Oh, Anne, I'm so sorry. He's only a boy, Meg. They have to operate. What if I lose him? Don't think about it. He's going to be all right. That accident, it must have happened. He was shot, Meg. Shot by that bastard Fellows. What? It had to be. I feel so helpless, stuck in this bedroom. My son needs me.
You mustn't distress yourself, Mrs. Reynolds. It won't help.
Would you like me to go and see him?
I have to go, Meg. Mrs. Reynolds, you're not strong enough yet.
Don't you understand? He's my son.
Anne, get back into bed.
He's my son. You don't seem to have much time for Minnie Mouse and her friends.
I've had a gutful of her. And that cow-faced Bryant isn't much better. I wouldn't trust either of them.
Makes two of us. Seems we have something in common.
You reckon? About the only thing we got in common is the air we breathe. And right now, you're crowding mine. So push off.
He's a tough little cookie, that one.
She's a real worry, Judy. One of the worst of my few failures. Heaven knows I tried to reach her, but I never did.
What was she, a street kid?
No, from what little she told me, she had a very good upbringing. And she certainly isn't stupid.
Well, if that's the case, how come she got herself involved in an armed robbery?
Oh, I wish I knew. She asked my Terry to represent her in court, and I told him he should. Well, all he got for his trouble was a mouthful of abuse and a reprimand from the judge for her behaviour.
Well, it sounds like we're going to be in for a fun time with her, huh?
Well, that's everyone teed up. They're not all happy about it, but they'll go along with it.
Right.
Madam Frigidaire's the only worry.
Okay, honey, that can be your job. You stay with her. I'm not going to have her screw it up.
Yes, sir, Captain Bryant.
Get out. Get out. Okay, girls, here goes.
All right, ladies, bedtime.
Oh, I don't think so, Miss Radcliffe. We like it here. We're going to stay here.
Oh, come along, Bryant. I haven't got time to play games. Back to yourselves before there's any trouble.
But we're not budging.
That's right, dear.
Yeah, if there's going to be any trouble, we're ready.
All right, we'll see what the governor has to say.
Yeah, you do that.
Why don't you shut up and do as you're told, sweetie? Then you might find out.
Well, the rest of you loonies can stay here all night. I'm sleeping in my bed. I gave up playing silly buggers in kinder.
You will stay put. Now, we will all stay put.
What do you reckon Miss Ferguson will say, Jude?
I don't know. I'd like to be a fly on the wall when she finds out, eh, girls? Huh?
Come in.
Thank God. I thought you'd gone home and I'd have to call you.
Well, what's the problem?
H Block won't go back to their cells.
What do you mean, won't? Where are they?
In the recreation room, I've locked them in.
Well, you did the right thing. If that's where they want to stay, let them.
All night?
Why not? Oh, there'll be a few stiff backs in the morning, but they can't come to any harm. Who's on duty?
Helen O'Shea, Gail Brown and myself.
Right. Have someone outside the door all night. There'll be no need for a cell patrol. And, that recreation door is not to be unlocked for any reason. Understand?
Yes, but...
Look, I'll be along shortly to have a little word to our night owls.
dead set boring here without the telly.
Serves you right, smartass. We're stuck in here the whole bloody night.
Listen, is it my imagination or is it getting like a sauna in here?
Oh, it is getting very warm.
Yeah, I bet some clock's turned up for heating.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
You're damn right I'm thinking what you're thinking. Ferguson, wouldn't you know she'd pull a rotten trick like this? Hey! Now, come on, this isn't funny.
Something wrong, Brian?
Yeah, you're darn right something's wrong. We're not peanuts, you know. Why are we roasting in here?
Something must have gone wrong with the heating system. I better tell the governor.
Yeah, I bet she'll be real surprised.
Look, we cannot stay in here.
Relax, Sonia. It's just like a weekend nurse run. It's not costing you a penny.
Oh, Miss Ferguson, the heating system must be on the blink. It's like an oven in the rec room.
Yes, I was just passing the library. I noticed how hot it was. I went to check it in the boiler room and my key broke off in the lock.
Dear. Do you want me to call a locksmith?
Good heavens, no. Cost a fortune at this time of night. Could just as easily be fixed in the morning.
But what about the women?
Well, they'll just have to move somewhere cooler, won't they, Mrs. Radcliffe? Like their cells. Sorry to interrupt your little soiree, ladies. But as you may have noticed, we have a malfunction in the boiler.
Surprise, surprise.
And since we have no control over the heat, and it's going to get hotter than a Turkish bath in here, I would suggest you return to the cool comfort of your cells.
No way. We like it in here.
Yeah.
The heat's good for our pores, opens them up. With your face, you should try it.
Very good, Brian. What about the rest of you? How do you feel?
Look, Miss Ferguson, I would like...
I see. Pleasant dreams, ladies.
I hope I know what I'm doing.
So I rang the hospital first thing this morning. It's still touch and go, but at least Paul came through the operation. Thanks for the help.
No problem. Anytime. Hello, what's this? New restrictions and disciplinary additions to prisoners' daily schedule.
What? Have you read about these new regulations in the dining room?
Oh, she's got to be joking.
On the contrary, Mr. Manning, I'm deadly serious.
June, you...
Governor?
All right. Governor, you've already taken away all their privileges, and now you want to impose more restrictions.
It's called discipline, Mrs. Morris. That's why I wanted to speak to you all before you went on duty. This institution has been a laughingstock for the media for too long. That is all going to stop.
But if the women were treated properly...
They were given every opportunity to return to their cells and they refused.
Why wasn't a locksmith called?
Are you questioning my judgment, Mr. Manning?
I'm asking why a locksmith wasn't called.
I have arranged for a locksmith to come after breakfast. Now, have you all read the new instructions?
Yes.
Good. Let's get back to work, shall we? The women may now go to breakfast, but they have to learn that I will be obeyed. I hope I make myself clear.
Perfectly.
She's a megalomaniac. How can she get away with treating prisoners like that?
Easy. Somehow she's managed to convince the department she's the perfect officer.
Well, hasn't anybody told them, hasn't
Dozens of times. We've tried, the women have tried, and somehow or other she manages to come out on top.
Look, I'm not into all these power games. But what I do want is to see the prisoners get a fair go.
Don't you think we all want that?
Right. Then if we stick together, she can't do too much harm.
I wouldn't count on it.
Oh, talk about don't wait to be told. Do I ever need a shower?
I wouldn't worry about it. Everything in this dump stinks.
Thanks, Reb. I really needed that.
Come on, girls, hang in there. Ferguson's got to negotiate sooner or later.
You're going to be sorry you pushed me into this, Brian, I promise you.
Close your mouth, Stevens. We've got enough hot air in here as it is.
What do you reckon Miss Ferguson will do to us, Minnie? You reckon she'll lock us in our cells?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Good. And I won't have to see that doctor.
Here comes Screws.
Here we go, girls.
Morning, ladies. I trust you had a pleasant night. Breakfast is now served. Sorry we don't have room service. You'll have to go and get it.
Oh, we're quite happy here. Good company, great conversation.
Wouldn't mind speaking to the minister, though.
We are not coming back. Not until we get a fair deal.
You're not calling the shots now, Brian. Now, you all move out of here immediately or I get the fire hoses, and I've done it before. Remember, young? OK. Mr. Manning?
Yes, Governor.
Get the hoses.
Yeah, well, I'm not getting drowned for anyone.
Neither am I. Now what? Now listen, Miss Ferguson.
Just keep moving, Stevens. Brian. Get up. You can't win.
Miss Ferguson, I'm just warming up.
Hey, what's the story? Where'd you all get to last night?
It's a long story, Belinda.
Yeah, come on, we'll tell you what we're going to do.
Listen, I'll take care of the ice lady. At breakfast, Bobby will back me up. Only this wrap.
What the hell's this? Not more bloody games.
Governor's orders, Keen. All cutlery to be counted and handed out at the beginning and end of each meal.
Terrific. Wallpaper paste. Gonna decorate, are we?
If you feel that strongly, dear, I hope we can count on your support.
Why not? No skin off my nose.
It's going to be trouble. They don't like it.
Would you?
I better get back to reception.
What's everyone standing around for?
Governor's orders, Donovan. No one to be seated until given permission.
Suits me. I spend too much time on my back as it is anyway.
Keep it moving, Smart.
Screw this for a lark.
That's enough, Keen.
Come off it. This isn't bloody boarding school. If I want to sit down, that's my business.
Stand up. At once. Keen, you are now on a charge. Extra work duties. Disobey me again and you'll find yourself in the pound. All right? Sit.
Come on, ladies. You're only making things worse for yourselves. Just clean it up and we'll say no more about it. Brian. So, I've got to involve the governor then.
What a pity.
Anyway, at least I won't have to see that doctor now.
In you go, Parker.
What do you reckon? Do you think you can handle the damn bed?
Oh, I think I can grin and bear it.
Mr. Manning, what are you doing?
There was a disturbance in the dining room.
Yes,
so
I heard the details, Mr. Manning. Now just unlock that door and get them to work. I will not tolerate disobedience. Now get moving. Let's see if you can work up an appetite for lunch.
The girls, back to work.
Miss Ferguson, I was wondering...
If you want to see me, Stevens, you go through the proper channels.
Back to work, girls.
Like a life of excitement, Mr. Manning? Because you're going to get one.
Look, I tried to talk the women out of it.
So?
So I'm trying to explain that I had nothing to do with Bryant and her little pack. Look, I want you to be governor and I'm trying to help.
Oh, but I don't need your help, Stevens. I don't need anyone's help. I'm here now, and I'm going to stay here permanently.
Surely you can see that's good for us.
Us? There is no us. No more partnerships, no more deals. I can't afford to take the chance. So you are just another prisoner, like any other prisoner.
I'm sorry, I didn't
It's
know.
all right, Mrs. Morris. Stevens was just going back to the laundry.
Are you Just wanted to make sure that you got the message that your father called. I left it on your desk.
Yes, thank you. I've already called him back.
I must say the Major sounded very well. Be a pleasure to see him again.
Was there something else, Mrs. Morris?
No, Miss Ferguson.
Oh, come on, this is so dangerous. What if there's a fire?
We'd be helpless, Mr. Manning.
I'm sorry, I don't like it any more than what you do.
Yeah, but you're on the outside where it's safe.
This is crazy. We've even got to have a screw to hold our hand if we want to have a pee.
Looks like you're not teacher's pet anymore, right, Sonia?
All right, Brian, you don't impress me, but right now I've got scores of my own to settle with Ferguson. So you can count me in.
Well, let's get started. Come on, Cass. Here's what I want you to do. Oh, if I can lift it. I want you to pour this over the motor casing. And for God's sake, stand back when you turn it on, okay?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks, Helen. Hey, this is good work.
Right. And we've got the dryer so overloaded that that's going to go any minute.
Jeez, look at that
What the hell are you up to now?
Oh, we've just had a slight technical hitch, Mr. Manning. We're going to have to see the governor. Again.
This kind of behaviour is hurting no one but yourselves.
Gee, Miss Ferguson, and we were really looking forward to working. No, there's nothing for us to do.
Well, while the machines are being fixed, Smart, you can all clean the prison from top to bottom.
What? Gotta be joking, it's a pit.
Every time you pull a stunt like this, you will be punished.
Yeah, well, you'll tire before we do.
We'll see about that, Brian. While you're all here, you can start stripping your cells. Make sure they take everything they own out of those cells. And I mean everything. Oh, Parker. Dr. Weissman will be here to see you shortly. Don't keep him waiting.
Oh, well, shooting's all over the front page. Poor kid.
Poor Anne.
Yeah, she's got enough on her plate without this.
Have the police caught up with that Lewis fellow?
Well, they're looking, but it's hardly top of their list of priorities.
Mrs. Powell, I would prefer it if you spent your leave of absence away from Wentworth. My staff have enough to do without distractions. Officer Brown, would you get the maintenance people, please? There are some electrical problems in the laundry.
Miss Ferguson, Dr. Wiseman's in your office.
Thank you, Mrs. Morris.
Hard to believe she can get worse.
It's not the half of it. It is absolute chaos here.
Well, there's nothing you can do.
Oh, yes, there is. I've just made up a full report for the department, taking it over in the lunch hour. Well, somebody's got to do something.
She'll have your head.
I don't care. I can't take any more. If Joan Ferguson stays on as governor, I'll resign.
Well, you'll see what I mean when you meet her, Doctor. Although on the surface, she appears to be perfectly normal.
From what you tell me, this Bridges episode must have been a pretty horrific experience. You say she's having nightmares.
That's right. Screams the cell block down, and the next day remembers nothing about it. It's almost as if she's trying to suppress it.
That's dangerous. I'm going to have to try and open her up. Be a lot healthier if she does.
Yes, well, I hope you can help her. I get the feeling that we're not doing enough for her. I think perhaps she might be better off in a proper psychiatric hospital.
Well, it's a possibility.
Then I do have to consider the other prisoners. Oh, Parker. This is Dr. Weissman, Parker.
Hello?
I'll leave you to it.
Thank you. Well, sit down, Cass. Now, there's no need to be frightened. I know this must all seem a bit strange to you, but we're just going to talk, okay?
And how's my favourite patient today?
Much better.
Hey, what's this nonsense I hear about you signing yourself out from here?
I want to see Paul. If that's how I have to do it, too bad.
Oh, well, seeing that I've nursed this young man through measles and chickenpox, I don't want to deprive him of his mother when he needs her most.
About bloody time.
But we do it properly. An ambulance will take you and I will escort you, just in case. I want to see young Paul anyway.
When?
This afternoon. If you'll do something for me.
Anything, I promise.
Accept Mr. Slater as your physiotherapist.
Oh, must I? Anyone but him. He's so condescending. He makes me feel like a lump of meat.
But he's the best, Anne. I mean, you'll recover in half the time if you work with him. You do want to get well, don't you?
I have to, for Paul's sake. All right. You win.
Death everywhere. Why does it always happen to me? Snoopy, me little mate. All blood on his fur. Lizzie, she was almost dead. And the other one, I killed him, but I didn't mean to. Why does it always happen to me? Why?
It's all right, Cass. That's what we're going to find out.
I never want to hurt nobody, honest.
Oh, I know. You're only protecting yourself. Now, I think that's enough for one day. We'll talk again soon, all right? I think Parker's ready to go to his cell now.
Come along, Cass. Take it back, please, Mrs. Morris.
Interesting case.
Yes. Well, you can see why I'm so worried.
Yes, and she's certainly disturbed, but she may calm down in time.
Well, there's her past record of violence to consider.
Yeah, she's certainly walking a very thin line.
I only want what's best for her, Doctor.
Well, look, if you think it's in Parker's interest not to be kept in Wentworth, I'm prepared to make a recommendation that she be given treatment in a psychiatric hospital.
Thank you, Doctor. I knew I could rely on you.
Porridge for lunch, you've got to be kidding.
No problems?
I'm afraid there will be. They are not going to accept porridge as a midday meal.
I think they will. Remember, they've had no breakfast. If they're hungry enough, they'll eat.
When do we act? After we've eaten. Give us time to throw them off their guard.
You mean we've got to eat this stuff? I thought you were my friend. Bryant. Not there. From now on, you sit alone. Over there.
Oh, what?
Quiet! I don't think there'll be any trouble, Mrs. Morris. I'll be in my office if you need me. Carry on.
All right, ladies, you may sit.
Jane looks pleased with herself.
She has reason to be.
Certainly quiet.
Yes, too quiet.
I've been following all the reports in the papers, and it seems that Wentworth's been on a pretty sticky wicket for a while.
Well, all that is going to change now that I'm Governor, Father. I do hope you'll let me show you over the prison. Now that I've managed to instill a bit of discipline, things are really running the way they should be.
I'd like that very much, Joan. Oh, the department must think very highly of you to promote you so quickly.
Well, I always remember what you used to tell me. It's how an officer operates under fire that makes or breaks him.
I say, this is rather good.
Oh, it's just standard prison fare, Father. We all eat the same around here.
Thank you.
Oh, Mrs. Morris, how nice to see you.
Miss Ferguson, we need your help. There's been a slight technical hitch in the dining room.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Morris, of course. I'll be right there. Father?
Oh, I understand, my dear. Perhaps we'd better postpone our tour for another day.
Fine. We've had a few technical problems lately. The laundry, the boiler room, the whole place needs an overhaul.
Duty first, dear. I'll see you back at the house.
Right. Mrs. Morris, would you mind calling a taxi for my father?
Of course.
Thank you.
Hey, when do we get some real food?
Yeah, what's with his How about the freak's head on a platter?
Yeah, with an apple in her mouth.
All right, let's settle down, eh? Yeah, well, this is not helping any.
No one's going to get hurt, are they, Lynn?
I hope not.
Look, will you just listen to reason for a minute?
It's time we had a little talk, Bryant.
Well, I'm glad you said that, Ferguson. Actions speak louder than words.
There won't be much action with you in solitary, though, will there? Let's go.
Fine by me.
Let's get out of here and lock them in their cells. Get in. Sit down, Bryant. Right. How long are you going to keep this nonsense up?
Oh, for as long as it takes.
Oh, you think things are difficult now, Bryant? I can introduce measures that'll make them 10 times worse, and eventually the women will see your halo slip.
Okay, try us.
Oh, I'm prepared to concede that you can make things difficult. That's why I think we should put a stop to the whole thing right now.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. I'm glad that you've decided to listen to our terms.
Oh, Bryant, I don't think you understand me. We're talking about my terms.
What is it?
It's a recommendation that Parker be placed in a mental institution permanently.
You bitch.
Not a nice, cushy psychiatric hospital, Brian, but an insane asylum. And you and I both know her chances of ever getting out of there, don't
All
we?
right. What do you want?
Complete obedience from the women, and especially from you. When I say jump, you will jump. You will do what I say when I say it. And we won't say anything to the women about this little discussion, or the deal is off.
Well, you don't want very much, do you? I suppose you're going to rub my face in the dirt every chance you get.
That's your problem.
And how do I explain this about-face to the women? They'll lose all respect for me.
Oh, you'll think of something.
Will Cass ever know what's in that report?
What report?
Well, I've got to have something. You got to give me some concession to get the women in line with.
All right, Bryant. You'll find that I'm a very reasonable person if approached properly. And, Bryant, you'd better get used to me. Because I'm going to be in this chair for a long time.
Mr. Lewis, excuse me. Wait, please.
What's your problem, lady?
Sorry, I didn't... It's just that I thought you were someone else.
Sure you did. Well, baby, we're all the same in the dark.
Sorry.
Better luck next time.
Ladies.
Save your breath, we're not moving.
That's right, dear. Not until Judy gets back.
Speak of the devil. Jude, how'd you go?
Okay, girls, the war's over. We win on points.
You won't tell it, how'd you pull it off?
Well, I just told her the facts. I said we'd stop screwing up the system if the system stopped screwing us.
Oh, beauty, so what do we get?
Well, we get Pixie out of solitary, we get our telly back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez, I've missed the telly.
And?
And what?
That's what we want to know. What else do we get?
Well, we get our visiting privileges back.
Well, that's hardly a handout. Half of us don't get visitors.
Well, we will get more. She's promised.
Oh, yeah. And she always keeps her promises, I suppose.
Look, I did my best. Now, we'll get more. It's just going to take time.
You mean she'll throw us some crumbs if we sit up and beg for them? Judy, we held all the cards.
Helen, we are in prison. I made the best deal I could.
And Ferguson stayed?
Yes.
I thought the point of the exercise was to get rid of Ferguson.
It's not that easy.
Well, it seems we're back where we started.
Yeah. Except we got our telly back.
Come on, girls. Let's get out of here.
Lewis, I need to talk to you.
Who are you?
You don't recognise me?
Look, if it's about money.
No, look, I was involved in that accident the other night. I was driving.
Yeah, that's right. You hit that old codger who carked it. What do you want from me?
Just a statement, that's all. You see, you saw what happened, and, well, you know it wasn't my fault, so if you could just tell the police that, please.
Me and the cops? Oh, you're a regular comedian, lady. Supposing I did, what's in it for me?
Sorry, I don't understand.
I'm talking about money. You don't get nothing for nothing in this life, lady.
I couldn't pay you. It's just that I need you. I do need you to back me up. Please, you've just got to tell the truth.
I don't got to do nothing, lady. Just piss off.
Remember, you go as soon as I give the word. I'm not having you tiring yourself.
Please just get me there.
Ah, Ted. John? How are you? Very well, thank you. I'd like you to meet Anne Reynolds. Anne, this is Dr. Perry.
I'm very happy to meet you. How is my son?
Well, he gave us a few nasty moments, but he's definitely turned the corner now.
Thank God for that.
Don't expect any miracles, Mrs. Reynolds. He's still got a long haul ahead of him.
But there's no permanent damage to the spinal column?
None that we can see. However, we'll know more when we can test his motor functions and lower limb sensitivities.
I can't thank you enough for what you're doing.
Not at all. Well, I'll take you in. However, I feel I should warn you that there are tubes and monitoring devices in there, Mrs. Reynolds. Don't let them upset you.
I won't. I've become quite familiar with that lately. Oh, my God. It's all right. It was just a shock.
He may not recognize you, Mrs. Reynolds. He's been drifting in and out of consciousness.
Paul? Darling, it's me.
Mum?
It's me, darling. Don't try to talk.
Yeah. Detective Inspector Thorne, please.
Some deal you made, Bryant.
Is this supposed to be one of the privileges we get back?
Come off it. We were told to clean the prison before I made the deal, remember?
At least it'll be all spick and span for this evening when we get the TV back.
Nothing worth watching in here.
It's a shame they don't repeat Sesame Street at night, really.
Funny, ha ha.
Oh, come on. If we don't get this room cleaned up, there won't be any TV. Stop your talking and keep cleaning.
Well, I never thought I'd agree with anything you said, Sonia.
Hey, Jude, do you reckon the freak will give me Walkman back?
Well, you'll have to wait and find out, won't you?
Well, maybe we'll get buy-up back too, eh? I'm nearly out of tobacco.
I'm down to my last 2 fags. After that, I go into withdrawal, kids.
Well, ladies, good to see you working. As you know, I'm prepared to overlook your latest escapade and restore some of your privileges. However, the cell shuffle remains. And you will report for midday muster every day. Any complaints? Bryant? Do you have any complaints?
No, Miss Ferguson, that seems very reasonable.
Good. Oh, Parker. Dr. Weissman has given me his report on you. Yes, it seems that he doesn't think you need to be moved for treatment. So you stay at Wentworth.
Oh, thank you, Miss Ferguson.
Good. Now, back to work. Oh, Brian. That was very clumsy of you. Now you're going to have to clean it up.
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
And my shoe.
You toffee-nosed lag and bitch sticking the pigs onto me.
That's enough out of you, Lewis. You just watch your mouth. Now, we'd like you to come down the station and have a little chat with Detective Thorne.
Oh, crap, I don't have to go anywhere. I'm a witness and that's all. And I don't have to tell you a bloody thing, so get stuffed.
Listen, Lewis, I've just about had enough of you.
Look, please. All you got to do is just tell them what you saw.
Sure, I'll tell them what I saw. I saw her in her car. This old wino wandered onto the road and she hit him, aimed straight for him. Oh, she's a bloody murderer. She's a killer.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around.